Okay, welcome back everyone to the channel. This is KofizuluPodcast Media Hub and Podcast, and I'm here. I'm Mr. Wills, and this is the man himself, KofizuluPodcast.
Yeah.
And we are getting straight to the point today.
Yeah.
So, KofizuluPodcast, you made a video recently, and in essence, you were just pointing out some businesses one as a diasporan can invest in, but will not be successful. And you listed, a couple of things, and it was a very educative video. However, today I would like to, going off on that video, ask you a couple of questions. Essentially, what then are the dynamics of a successful business in Ghana, maybe Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda versus, the United States, Europe, Australia, Asia? Can you enlighten us on that?
Yo, Charlie, bro, thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Now, first of all, we must all understand that even these businesses I mentioned of that, if you are not around, it might not do well. Doesn't mean that these businesses are not doing well. In fact, the truth is, research have shown that these businesses are businesses that are actually doing well. Just that the human factor, if you are not around, it becomes very difficult, but not impossible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I clearly understood your question, you're trying to ask me what are the dynamics of a successful business comparing, let's say, Africa or Ghana to where we find ourselves or in the United States.
Exactly.
I think that businesses thrive basically not only on intelligence, but actually understanding what you want to invest in. If you don't really understand what you are investing in, it makes it very difficult for you to succeed.
Wow.
So to start with, I think that every business comes with certain challenges, but I want to look at it just in four points. Now, when you look at the structure of businesses, let's start from regulations and licensing. If you look at Europe, United States, and Africa, you see, before you start any business in the developed world, in fact, you need to first of all get a license. So in terms of regulation, you need to meet those requirements before you can even start the business. As you are giving birth of the business in your mind, the next step you should do is to what? Get a license. So sometimes when you are a foreigner, these regulations and licensing can also limit you.
Oh, wow. So if you don't have... So are you talking Ghana or...
I'm looking at it from the Western world first, then I'll compare it to Ghana. That is what I want to do.
Okay.
Now, but if you look at Africa or Ghana to be specific, you don't need licenses to start a lot of businesses.
Okay. So
as you have given birth or you are thinking of, Charlie, I wish I could start this business. You just need that zeal, that thing to say, Charlie, today I'm starting this business. So in Africa, Ghana, for instance, if you want to start a barbering shop, you just need a kiosk and get somewhere and you start your own thing.
Wow. So you're saying one of the premier points is the need for a license.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the European world, you need license.
Okay.
But in Africa, you really don't need a license. You need to start, and then in the process, you get a license because those things can help you get other things.
Okay, but these are just to interject a little, for the businesses that you do not need a license in the example you're giving Ghana, it's not for all businesses. Just to be clear, there are some businesses that you need licenses for. Okay.
Especially if you want to start a company.
Okay, yeah.
That you need to register the company. You can't just start.
Yeah, but
I'm talking of a normal person. You want to start. But in Europe, that normal business you want to start, you need a license.
Okay, just to tie this to, there was another video you made on sizes of businesses, so small business. So we can say, okay, for the category of businesses we call small businesses.
Exactly.
In places like, say, Ghana, you necessarily don't need a license for all, but in
here.
Oh my God, you need. Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
So those businesses, we call it sole proprietorship.
Oh, okay.
So sole proprietorship, basically here, you need a license to start a sole proprietor.
Okay. Can you give us another, dynamic of, successful businesses, Ghana versus...
Okay. So the next thing we look at over here now is finance.
Can you elaborate?
Okay. Finance. With finance, you can't start a business without resources.
Okay. So...
Now, in Europe, it is easy for you to get access to finance if you have a plan. You just have to present it to the bank. They look at it. They are ready to give you the money.
Oh, wow.
But back in Africa,
Okay.
Before a bank gives you a loan, the risk factor for the bank is high. One, the bank really does not have system to say they want to chase you for the money.
Okay.
That's why loans are also expensive in Africa. It's because of the risk factor. You can't just go to, if you go to banks, certain banks with just your business plan, trust me, you will not get anything.
Oh, wow.
But here you only need a good plan with some guidance. You go there, they give you the money.
Oh, wow. Because they loaning you money is also a business in itself.
Exactly.
Oh,
and then
wow.
the risk factor here is down. Here you can't run away.
Oh, wow.
They only need to know that you are working, you have a place, your address, that's all.
So the second point you've given us is, just to paraphrase, accessibility of financing.
Exactly.
Can you give us some more, points?
The third one, I would say easy entering and competition of the market. You see, in Africa, I can just decide tomorrow and say, I'm starting a wache business. Wache in Ghana is rice with beans.
Yeah, such a lovely food.
You've tried it.
Wache.
I'm on Nigeria, this guy. He won't Ghana wife. So I beg you. Those beautiful girls watching, Charlie, I get a guy for you. IT guy, smart guy. You want beautiful girl.
Let's get back to the subject of discussion. Oh my God.
Okay. So you see, in Africa, it's easy to just enter the market where with a little bit of fun, you can see 3-4 people selling the same product.
Okay.
Yeah.
In close proximity, that is.
Yes.
Okay.
And nobody, sometimes you just have to find a place you've also started your business.
Yeah, I think I can agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. Now, in Europe, if you want to start a business, entering is one barrier. For instance, in France, it will be very difficult for a foreigner to say you want to invest in areas like health, pharmaceutical. The government takes total control of such businesses. In France, for instance, it will be very difficult for individuals to say they want to invest in transport because the government takes full control of those things. It is very difficult for individuals to say, okay, just like in Nigeria, for instance, and a whole individual has a power plant. No, these things don't happen in this part of the world. So entering of the market here is still regulated. And I think sometimes it helps the business because in Africa where you can see 3-4 people selling the same product, here it doesn't happen. So it looks like they look at the population of people and then they give one person to sell a particular product.
Okay.
So here you are protecting the business. Yeah. But if one person is selling, all of us are buying from one person. When they see that the community becomes more, then they allow other people to open shops like similar shops. Yeah. Because hardly you see, okay, there's one African shop here, you walk small, you see another African shop. No, they really, really, really will regulate things like that. You don't see a lot of kebab shops
in the same location, in close proximity to one another.
So here entering is restricted, But in Africa, actually, as you realize that this product is moving, you also just need a table to start.
Yeah, but one could argue that the government doing that is, actually trying to protect, the businesses that got there first,
Exactly. So the dynamic here is what is easy to enter in Africa into the market, but in the European world, entering comes with competition and restriction.
Okay.
Yeah. So the last thing I'll talk about is management and structure. You see, when it comes to the developed world, before you start your business, in fact, you need, just like you go to school, you study project management, you need a structure. When it comes to, they want, and you need to have an accountant. Even as a sole proprietorship, you need to have an accountant who is separate from the business. So you submit all your financial details to the accountant. So you have to employ an accountant, the services of an accountant.
Yeah, I agree.
You understand? Now, even whoever is coming to maybe assist you in working, you need to pay that person. You need to pay a cleaner to come and, clean the place. Unlike Africa, you employ somebody to manage the shop. That same person is doing the cleaning. That same person is doing errands for you. So sometimes I think that The African child is just born to hustle.
So we've seen these points you're so gladly outlined for us as points that can influence the success of a business, and might I add a small business, because if you're starting a business at the scale of, say, a mega corp or a medium scale business, I guess the capital will be there to do all these things. But starting small business, this might be challenges one way or the other, depending on what side of the aisle you fall on. And might I just add, I think in Africa there's something that might, influence the success of your business. That's when it comes to the issue of trademarks and copyright.
Yeah.
So if you have a novel idea, it's quite easy for people to, just seeing how you do things, go and copy that, try to reverse engineer that, and there is no, consequence for doing that. Exactly. Whereas the United States, Europe, Australia, it's like there are laws against that.
Yeah.
And there's enforcement of those laws. You can send a cease and desist letter. You can sue them.
Yeah.
You have, since you did everything you were supposed to do, copyright, trademark, all that. So it's easy for you to, take your stance that this is my idea and you cannot just rip me off.
Yeah.
So that protects you in the sense that you are able to recoup through your sales.
Yeah.
Do you have something to say?
I totally agree with you 100%. And then the last thing I'll also say that I think Black, we are bad at doing partnership. In fact, if you are having a partnership business with a friend and somebody, your childhood friend, you give everything, you'll be surprised, Charlie, it will all end up in grudges and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Charlie, guys, if you have still not subscribed to the channel on YouTube, Charlie, do. That's the only thing you can do to support us. And you see, there's a saying that I don't want to believe in it. Your close friends will not support you when you're on this type of journey. But I've seen some of my close friends who have been there. Boneless, I want to say, Charlie, thank you. Kofi Richmond. Yeah, you are stubborn, but Charlie, thank you.
Huge shout out right there.
Charlie. So far as I'm calling some of my friends that they are stubborn, Charlie, they must not say, Charlie, myself.
Yeah. You've well, articulated these points on dynamics of successful businesses in, Europe, the United States, vis-a-vis Ghana, other places in Africa, and I think it's been a lovely time.
Yeah,
being here.
Nice being on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me.
Your respect, I really appreciate it.
Shout out to everyone.